Let's talk about Event Horizon. This 1997 film borrows its title from an astrophysics term describing phenomena surrounding black holes. This phenomena can best be summed up by someone such as myself who does not have an astrophysics degree as the idea that once a particle is inside the horizon, moving into the hole is inevitable, which leads us to the colloquial understanding of an event horizon as a point of no return. That is exactly where the characters of this film will find themselves. Set in the year 2047, Event Horizon follows the crew of the Lewis and Clark, which is led by Captain Miller, portrayed by Lawrence Fishburne, and accompanied by Dr. William Weir, portrayed by the horror legend Sam Neill. This crew is on a rescue mission heading towards the newly resurfaced spaceship, the Event Horizon, which mysteriously disappeared 7 years earlier. Deep in the depths of space, in proximity to Neptune to be exact, the team works towards uncovering the dark fates of the crew as well as the ominous cargo housed on the ship. As we were nearing the new millennium, the late 90s saw a slew of science fiction films focused on a range of subjects such as aliens, virtual reality, and the dangers of technology. The Event Horizon's black hole conjuring gravity drive, created by the film's Dr. Weir, certainly taps into that trend in the late 90s, while adding a supernatural and psychological horror twist. The blend of science fiction and horror creates an experience akin to a haunted house film in space, which to many horror fans out there might sound eerily similar to how one might describe the 1979 film Alien. While the main premise of a crew venturing into space only to encounter some unknowable terror certainly echoes the narrative of Alien, it is also no secret that Event Horizon's production design was heavily inspired by the work of the artist H.R. Giger, who you might know for his nightmarish design work on Ridley Scott's film. His iconic biomechanical influences are married with Gothic architecture, which gives the doomed spaceship a cathedral-like interior and creates a claustrophobic and dreadful atmosphere. Another notable aspect of the film's production is the film's score, composed by Michael Kamen and the electronic music group Orbital, which certainly enhances the eerie and unsettling atmosphere on the Event Horizon. The combination of both orchestral and electronic music elements reflects the film's blend of horrors that are both ancient and futuristic in nature. The sound design also plays a crucial role with unsettling noises and whispers, making the Event Horizon seem to come alive. The unique visual and audio elements of the Event Horizon make it its own character. Rather than encountering an alien or monster while on their journey, the ship itself is the monster that they must be wary of. The biggest theme that can be found in Event Horizon is the psychological terror created by isolation and the descent into madness that it can cause, showing the influence of films like 2001: A Space Odyssey and The Shining. The crew is confronted by their personal guilt and the trauma that they're carrying with them into this mission. Hallucinations cause them to face their deepest fears, each one of them being tortured in a unique and solitary way. Stuck not only in a vessel deep in space, but in the prison
for your mind.
The crew of the Lewis and Clark finds themselves not only physically isolated in the vast emptiness of space, but also mentally isolated from each other as they each are confronting their inner demons. The influence of 2001: A Space Odyssey is evident in how Event Horizon portrays the cold, indifferent expanse of space. It's a backdrop for human frailty and the breakdown of the psyche. Similarly, The Shining's exploration of isolation leading to madness is echoed in the way the crew members of the Lewis and Clark succumb to these hallucinations and their fears. The ship itself becomes a horrific character in itself, much like the Overlook Hotel in The Shining, which amplifies the psychological torment of those within it. Each crew member faces hallucinations that force them to relive their past traumas. For instance, Captain Miller is haunted by the memory of a subordinate he was unable to save, which manifests as a burning man. Dr. Weir is tormented by visions of his dead wife, who committed suicide, symbolizing his guilt and his unresolved grief. But all of these hallucinations that these characters have are not just figments of their imagination, but manifestations of the ship's influence.
Before we continue with our video, here's a reminder to click the Store tab on any of our JoBlo channels and browse our collection of the latest and freshest designs in our merch store. Go get you some.
Dr. Weir's ambition to create interdimensional travel has catastrophic and even cosmic consequences beyond comprehension. The line between reality and nightmare is blurred as the existential fear that the crew faces is slowly revealed to be something more than a case of the heebie-jeebies or cabin fever. Once they board the Event Horizon, it seems that they have made their way into a dimension of pure chaos. They have passed the point of no return, only to be sucked into the darkness. Captain Miller and his crew may have just stepped into their own personal hell. Literally. Dr. Weir's gravity drive opens a portal to another dimension, which serves as the catalyst for the horror that unfolds. This is also where Event Horizon taps into Lovecraftian horror with its themes of cosmic dread and the insignificance of humanity in the face of vast, malevolent forces. The fear of the unknown, coupled with the guilt and trauma that each crew member carries, creates a potent mix of psychological and existential horror. This dimension, suggested to be a hellish realm, is seemingly inspired by Dante's Inferno, with each member of the crew experiencing a unique circle of hell in a reality that has been twisted beyond recognition. By embarking on this rescue mission, Dr. Weir has just damned the crew of the Lewis and Clark to eternally face their personal demons. Each crew member's unique torment reflects their personal failings and the guilt that they have, much like the sinners of Dante's Inferno, who are punished in ways that symbolize their earthly sins. The ship becomes a purgatory where this crew is trapped in a cycle of suffering with no clear hope for escape or redemption. Upon release, Event Horizon was certainly not considered a success. Against its production budget of approximately $60 million, the film grossed around $26.7 million in the United States and Canada, with a worldwide total gross of only about $42.7 million, making it a certified financial disappointment. Despite flopping at the box office and receiving a mix of reviews, Event Horizon has persisted in the public memory and has gained quite the cult following. What may have originally been assessed as a lack of originality has instead been embraced by fans who share their love of this film with their love of the influences that this film wears on its sleeve. Its uniqueness as a hybrid science fiction and horror film that tackles psychological horror of a hellish magnitude has made the film stand the test of time, and it would even go on to influence other media, such as Dead Space, a popular survival space horror video game franchise, as well as films like Sunshine and Pandorum. Dr. Weir's demonstration of a wormhole can even be seen recreated in Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. The cultural legacy of Event Horizon is multifaceted. Its influence can also be seen in the way modern sci-fi horror blends psychological and existential horror with the vast, uncharted void of space. The film's themes of isolation, guilt, and the unknown continue to resonate with contemporary storytelling. In a world where space exploration is becoming more of a reality, the fears and anxieties explored in Event Horizon remain relevant. The film taps into a timeless human fear of the unknown and the possibility that our greatest achievements can also be our undoing. 27 years later, closer now to the futuristic setting of 2047 than we are to the film's release in 1997, Event Horizon continues to be terrifying and thought-provoking. The film serves as a reminder of the potential darkness that lies within the human psyche and the unknown reaches of space, making it a lasting piece of sci-fi horror that will continue to captivate and horrify new generations of viewers. The horrors persist, but so does Event Horizon.